Hello friends, welcome to an early summer studio vlog. This June I tried screen printing for the first time. I decorated my art studio, I did some painting and some illustrating, planted a garden, and I celebrated my birthday. Overall, it's been a great start to the summer. Thank you for tuning in and coming along with me on this creative journey. Let's get cozy and jump right in. If you tuned into my most recent studio vlog, I turned an ink illustration into a digital illustration. Then I had that digital illustration set into a screen printing frame. This is my first time screen printing my own artwork. I thought I would get some practice in on paper before moving on to fabric. So here is my first screen printing pull. So the test run actually came out a lot better than I thought it would. Here is the final print on paper. I'm so happy with it. I didn't expect for it to go so smoothly the first time, but I'm ready to start printing on some shirts. Okay, so screen printing is a little bit more challenging than I had anticipated, but that's okay. I like to document the whole process, and sometimes when you create art, things don't always go how you would expect them to go. So I think it's important to share that as well as the successes of creating art. So I'm just gonna go ahead and give this screen a rinse out and restart fresh. I'm quite determined to make at least one shirt that looks all right. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I think that the ink just dries really fast actually, and I did watch some videos on how to do that, and I guess I just didn't realize that it does dry really fast, faster than I had thought. So I'm gonna go ahead and rinse everything out and then just begin the process over again and try to get one successfully printed shirt. So let's see how it goes. So here is the first screen print that we did on the paper. You can see here all of the line work came out quite beautifully. And then here are the prints that we did on the shirts. And they're not terrible, but you can see some of the line work is a little bit patchy on certain sides. So I definitely think that it was an ink drying out type of situation. So I just went ahead and washed out the screen and the squeegee and gonna let that dry and gonna try again later tonight. I'm so excited how this turned out. This was my fourth attempt at printing on a shirt, and I think I finally have it down. I think I'm going to clean the screen between prints just because it's a fine detailed illustration and I'm kind of getting the hang of it still, but I will go ahead and show you how it came out. So here is the final product. I love how this came out. I think the detail is beautiful. I think it translates so nicely on this pink tie-dye shirt. I'm just so happy with how this turned out. So I'm gonna let this dry for a little while and then I'm going to set it with some heat. To heat set my shirt, I'm just going to be using a standard household iron. And I'm going to be using parchment paper as a barrier between the iron and the ink. I just use steady, even heat for about 3 minutes or so, moving the iron around so I don't burn any spots in the shirt. Heat setting will allow the design to bind with the fabric and not come out when it is being washed. Alrighty, so here are how the shirts came out after I heat set them. So you can see the design here on the tie-dye, and I think I'm getting the hang of it because I actually did my second successful print. And there it is. Look how beautiful it is. So I'm actually going to be taking some product shots of my shirts. I'm going to be doing these outside, and then I'm going to be uploading them into my art shop. And here you can see all of my pictures uploaded and everything is ready on my listing here. So I'm going to go down here and hit publish. So exciting news, I just checked my Etsy account and I did sell 2 shirts that I'm going to be packaging up and mailing out today. Packaging my artwork and sending it to its new home is one of my favorite parts of creating artwork, so I'm going to go ahead and package those up, head out to the post office, and mail those out today. So I just got those shirts all shipped out and ready to go and took my dog out to the dog park for a little while. The weather's been super nice today, so I thought it would be a great time to spend a little time in my studio and do some painting. I've been wanting to add some prints of some of my artwork to my art shop for quite a while now, so I thought it'd be a good opportunity to work on my big painting and try to make that an art print as well. So here is the painting that I've been working on for quite a while now. It is a dreamy castle up in a sky filled with puffy pink clouds. Here is a little close-up of some of the detail work here. As you can see, I still have a ways to go, so I thought today would be the perfect opportunity to get some painting in. Good morning. So I didn't hop back in the studio last night. I got a little carried away with some other projects I have going on. I've been wanting to do some gardening this year before it gets too hot and summer's approaching pretty fast. So last night I actually cleaned up my garden a little bit so I could go ahead and get some plants today and plant some. I have the day off, so I thought today would be a great opportunity. So I'm going to bring y'all with me to the little nursery that's down the street from my house and maybe get some vegetable starts and a couple flowers to plant in the garden today. Alright friends, here is a peek at all the plants I got today. Got some sage, tomatoes, aloe vera, pumpkins, cucumbers, squash, all types of goodies. Are you checking it all out? Echo approved. Alright, so here are the different plants we got today. Hopefully you can see them. It's a little shady over here. Here's a little close-up. So yeah, these are all of the plants I'm going to be planting. There's aloe vera, tomatoes, all kinds of goodies. I didn't want to get too much because we try to be conservative since we're on a well with our water every summer, but these are all of the plants that I will be planting today. The hibiscus. These produce the most gorgeous flowers. I grew one a while back, but it was back when Echo was a puppy and she dug it up, but that's why I'm gonna elevate this one here, but there we go. So lovely. Hi, you stay away from that one, you sneaky. So the majority of plants that I got are full sun plants. My yard does get quite a lot of sun. Except for these here, these are kale, a various assortment of kale, and they do pretty well in part shade, part sun, so I'm going to go ahead and give these a big old pot and plant them in the partial shade. Alrighty, my 3 different types of kale. Everything's looking pretty spiffy so far. Alrighty, it's safe to say I got a good amount of sunshine and dirt on my face today, so I'm gonna go ahead and show you the fruits of our labors and show you all what we planted today. Here is the full view of the little garden that we planted today. Lots of different plants here. This is our Spanish lavender, sage officinalis, purple tomatoes, eggplant family tail, rose marvel salvia, aloe vera, hibiscus, various different types of kale here, Thai pepper, sun gold tomato, purple tomatillo. This one already has some really lovely blooms on it here, you can see. Black beauty eggplant. These get really large. This one here is a spaghetti squash. This one is a bush zucchini squash. This one produces yellow zucchinis. And here we have our sugar baby watermelons, and over here are New England pie pumpkins. Later on, I decided to hop back in the studio and work on my big sky castle painting for a little while. Whenever I create big paintings like this one, I usually finish them over the course of a few months. Sometimes they can even take me a year to finish. I like to put in a lot of detail work, so I try not to rush myself and just enjoy the creative process. I tend to chip away at these projects little by little until it all starts to slowly come together. I love getting lost in the worlds of these big paintings though. It's a lot of fun. Today I decided to paint the beams in my art studio. Most of the wood that we used to build my studio was repurposed and recycled wood that we sourced. I mixed up a really lovely lavender color which added a really nice pop of color to the studio space. I also mixed up this really lovely periwinkle color, which is my favorite color, and I used this paint for the window frame accents in the studio. So here are the beams all painted in that beautiful light lavender and periwinkle right here. I really love the way it makes the window pop against the green here. I think it's gorgeous, and I'm going to actually be painting all the other beams in here, various different colors, and I can't wait to see how it all turns out. I also rearranged my studio a little bit. So this is what it looks like right now. Added a couple of prints, rearranged some things. I think that right here, actually, I'm going to be adding like a floor couch cushion situation. So that way when I have friends over, we can both have a place to sit and make art. And that way I can also have my dog in here whenever she wants to come out into the studio. So today's a special day. It's actually Tony's birthday today. We kept it low-key for the most part, but later on we might go out to farmer's market and maybe get some things that we can barbecue out on the grill. And then my birthday is actually in 4 days, so we have that double Gemini thing going on. And it's been a pretty mellow day, which is good since we've both been working a lot. I think I'm going to have a pretty mellow day on my birthday too, but I think later on when the fair comes in a couple weeks, we're gonna go out and celebrate it. We love going to the fair every year. It's kind of like our thing that we like to do. So I have a feeling all of that will be lovely. I wanted to show you all something pretty wild that happened in my studio. One of the things about living in the woods is you never know what types of little creatures are gonna pop up. So let me go ahead and show you what happened. So basically I had all these ladybugs that hatched inside my studio. They must have got in through the screen or the front door. There's probably about 50 of them or so. So I'm trying to catch them and release them back out into the forest so they can live happy ladybug lives.
It's pretty magical, I gotta say. I'm not mad about it for sure, but I just want to get these little critters outside so they can continue living a good life. I carved out a little time to work on an illustration I had started in my sketchbook recently. I really like to write stories and poetry, and sometimes I like to fuse written word with my visual art. I finished a few comic book style pieces in this art series, and each page layout features a different primary color in the illustrations. This specific piece touched on a place of remembrance and grief. Usually these specific art pieces end up being really personal, and I feel like the dialogue gives the art a unique sense of depth.
Everybody, it's my birthday today. I am enjoying a little bit of cake and a little bit of coffee for breakfast, as you do on your birthday. I actually went out and got myself a little birthday gift. Ta-da! This is a couch that I found thrifting. It's actually such a cozy couch. It's a lazy boy. I found it at a local thrift store, and I was thinking about getting a couch to kind of tie the whole studio together.
I was looking at different floor couches online, like the type you put the cushions on the floor and then have the pillow backrest. But when I saw this, it was just the perfect size and I really loved the color of it. And I thought, you know what, this would be a great addition to the studio, and I'm so happy that I got this for myself as a little birthday gift. When I look at the studio now, I could cry just at how it kind of ties everything together, and now it's just kind of this perfect space to create and what I had imagined. So I went ahead and got this for myself, and I also did a little bit of redecorating in here. I finished painting some of the beams and added a little pop of color to the studio and did a little moving around, a little reorganizing. Yeah, it's looking so good in here. I'm really happy with this space, and I'm gonna go ahead and show the space to you now. It looks a little bit different, but I think it looks really lovely.
And here is another ladybug just straight cruising along. I wonder if it's a good omen to have all these ladybugs in here. Who knows? Anyways, come here, buddy. I'll take you outside. Come here, buddy. Alrighty, let's take you outside.
So here is our studio couch. Here is a full view. I got these pillows that I feel like match the tone of the couch really well, and this cozy blanket for when it's cold in here. I also rearranged a few things in here, and I finished painting the beams over by my desk, which is so fun. I feel like it really gives it a nice pop of color in here. And yeah, just rearranged some shelves and hung up some new artwork and some pieces that I'm working on. There's my big piece that I'm working on. But yeah, overall, I feel like the whole space has really come together, and I just feel like it's really homey in here now, and it's a really lovely space to create in. So something that I'm going to be working on more so in the future is trying to fill up my sketchbook here. I feel like whenever I create in my sketchbook or just create without thinking about it, sometimes is when I make my most meaningful artwork to me personally. And sometimes when you're creating artwork with the intention of a specific outcome, sometimes you just get lost in the perfection of it, of trying to hone it into something you expect it to be rather than something that just comes from a really genuine place. So I'm going to be trying to doing more sketching actually in the future, and I feel like that's gonna kind of get my creative flow going a little bit. So over the last few days, I have been working on a few sketches. I did this one here. This one's kind of like a little tribute to my father who passed away. His birthday is also in the next few days, so I think I'm going to be making prints of this one and doing it digitally. I really like the way that it came out. And yeah, I have like some similar comic book style illustrations. I eventually would love to make maybe like a little zine out of them. But yeah, and then I'm also doing a little doodling in here and designing some pins. They're kind of like love cowgirl disco themed pins. I'm going to be making them out of clay, so that will be a lot of fun. I'm getting some fine art prints made soon, and I wanted to include the most recent comic illustration that I made within my art print order. So I decided to get cozy and work on a digital rendition. I create these by taking a picture of my original drawing and going over all of the line work in Illustrator. I've never had professional art prints made before, and I'm really looking forward to seeing how they turn out. I feel like these will be perfect to bring with me to vending events and to sell on my online art shop. So stay tuned for an unboxing in my next studio vlog. Thank you so much for watching my art vlog. I appreciate each and every one of you. If you are an art lover and want to see similar content, feel free to subscribe to my channel or check out some of my other videos. As always, I hope that life has been gentle with you, and I hope that you are finding health and happiness every day and finding ways to stay creative. I'll see y'all next time. Bye-bye.